Hey guys, and welcome back with Miss Zadia by Claire Taylor. I undressed her and looked through her paperwork stuff, and I did powder her a little bit, but I think I'm actually going to, in the near future, give her a mini bath. I'm not actually going to bathe her, but I'm sure I'll do a video for you guys of her in the little baby tub, and I'm just going to be using water to wash off some of her travels. You know, she came a long way in the box over there, all the way from Poland for a couple weeks. So yeah, and she's, by the way, one of the most, I don't know if I expressed it as well in the previous video. She's, wow, she's definitely a one-of-a-kind feel, and I don't know, there's just something about her. It's amazing. One thing, I'm going to get ready to show you her details up close. I'm going to wait and show you some things that are just like wowing me completely. I've at least held a large array of different types of silicone, and I've owned several of those. The only other difference, I've had Eco 30 babies, Eco 50 babies, Eco 20 babies, Eco 10 babies, and I haven't owned, but I owned a original Julie Malloy, actually baby Lori, who is now Miss Lennox Faye. She lives with Dana, Silicone Babies channel. But her silicone, it's very unique, and it's very soft, and you really need little to no powdering. But wasn't the super soft marshmallowy type that she does now, and I have held many of those at doll shows. But this is a different feel altogether. And you know, I watched several videos of ladies that have owned specifically Zoe, and you know, they were all saying that the skin of the silicone just feels so different, and they're so right. I don't think there's anything I could say that would have people understand what it feels like until they actually feel it. I keep like wanting to touch her because it just feels amazing. It does feel like skin. And oh, so one thing I didn't show you guys in the other video because I didn't want to give it away immediately was her little umbilical cord. And I'll be honest, these things kind of creep me out because, first of all, they're kind of gross. But you know, it's very realistic. It's amazing. You know, that looks incredibly real. But I probably won't keep it on her. Not even for role-playing purposes. So I'm just going to be keeping it in her bag. But yeah, so she does have that. So that's pretty cool. Very flexible. This. Then I'm going to also show you her certificate of authenticity. She is Zadia number 2. She was one of, I think, only 2 prototypes. So produced in solid soft platinum silicone with armatures in her arms, and she was made exactly a year ago, May 2014. So there's her little picture right there. Pretty girl. Okay, so yes, she does have an armature, and that's another thing that's actually really cool. Is you all know Piper, for those of you familiar with my channel, know Piper, who is a Lorna Miller Sands baby, and Lorna has an armature in all of her latest babies, made within the past couple years. And you can, the armature inside Lorna's silicone feels almost like bone. It's really cool. It doesn't feel hard, but and it doesn't even, I wouldn't even say it feels solid, but you know, it just feels like bone. Whereas she has an armature, but you can't feel it at all. And so like I was kind of like, what? So I think it's just like really thin down inside the silicone, but that's amazing to me because when I first pulled her out of the box, I'm like, oh no, they said she had an armature, and she does actually have an armature. Can be posed, but it's so soft. And she even, now you can actually feel the armature like right here, kind of feels like a bone inside the hand. So she can bend at the wrist and be posed that way, which is kind of cool. Another thing that I've noticed with her is her mouth is realistically made where you can't stick just any size pacifier in her mouth. She does take a newborn size pacifier, so one with the newborn size nipples she can take. Wiggle. There we go. Just like that. So she can take a newborn size pacifier, no problem. But yeah, any other of the bigger nipples, because I had a few different ones that, you know, like Piper can take any size, pretty much. But yeah, it has to be ones with the newborn sized nipple, and then she takes them perfectly. So, alright, so I'm going to, I guess I'll take her diaper off. So what I'm going to do, I've kind of shown you some of the basic details, and I'm going to cut it off here. And if you are offended by doll parts, do not watch part 2, because I'm going to take off her diaper and show some up close details of her. So, be right back, guys.